Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to the channel for what's going to be a quick review of the Marc Jacobs Spotlight Glow Stick. This guy here retails for $42 and I got mine from Influencer through a Vox box. And if you're unfamiliar with what that is, I will link down below so you can go check it out. But basically it's a program, I guess, where you sign up and you can review products, and based on your preferences and what you like to try, you can get Vox boxes, they're called, of anything from beauty to, I think there's food, lifestyle, fitness, things like that. I think they've gotten so big now that A, anyone can sign up, and B, they just have a ton of different things that you can try, I think, at this point. So go check that out if you're interested, but otherwise, that is where I got this guy from. Like I said, retails for $42, and there's only one shade within the line. Unlike a lot of highlighter collections out there, there is just this guy, one Universal Glow. And it's supposed to be universally flattering because it's a mix of gold and silver pearl pigments. So whether you have warm undertones, cool undertones, this is supposed to do it for you. So this, the shape is also distinct because it's supposed to perfectly fit the tops of your cheekbones. You just run a line, and I'm gonna have a demo here showing you how I apply this. Run a line down the top, and then it has a nice narrow tip, so you can go down the bridge of your nose, tip of your nose, Cupid's bow, really wherever you like to apply this guy. It's a pretty nice shape for doing that. However, I will say that because the consistency is, it is a relatively thick cream that dries down to a powdery finish. You don't get that kind of tacky, it's never at all tacky as you apply, like a lot of cream products can be on the face. Never tacky, dries pretty immediately down to a powder, but still is very blendable. So I like to take kind of a, where is the brush I use? Okay, it's very similar to this, just a nice dense buffing brush to pat that and move that around the face. You'll see once again in the demo. And then I kind of go and use my fingers in some of the narrower portions of my face, like my nose, things like that. But it is a relatively thick cream product. As a result, I do find, and I'm not sure if this is the cooler pigments in the stick that on my neutral skin tone tend to be a little bit more, tend to stand out a little bit more. I find that it leaves, left unblended, it leaves a little bit of a white cast on my skin, and I guess that's kind of something that can be said for a lot of highlighters out there that are very pigmented. They require blending. Like, there's nothing new with that, but just again, something to be aware, especially as this is a cream product, so you might have a little less time to work with it than you would otherwise with a powder product. You might get an opaque cast that you'll just need to work to blend out so it looks a little bit more natural. Now, prior to getting this in a Vox box, I actually tried this out in store, and I held off on buying it because under the lights in Sephora, I swatched it on the back of my hand, blended it out, and it looked like a glittery disco ball. Not mess, but just like a more glittery highlighter than I would want to wear on a daily basis. So held off on it. I saw that Amerique's, or Allison here on YouTube now, she purchased it in a haul, and so I was like, ooh, I hope she uses it in a tutorial, and I just hadn't seen a whole lot of people use it, so I hadn't purchased it yet. So then I got this, and I've been playing with it over the past couple days, and I'm happy to say that regardless of the light, I'm sitting in front of a ring light, I got some overhead light, it's daylight outside, I've been in a lot of different lighting situations at this point, and I'm happy to report back that for some reason, that disco ball effect just does not come across in any other lighting except, and when it's kind of diffused like that. Like when I put it on the back of my hand, it was thicker, and then I really blended it out, and for some reason, I'm not sure if I distributed it too much and it kind of requires a solid density to appear like that lit from within glow, that sort of ethereal glow, or I think it's supposed to be a dewy, kind of a timeless dewy glow is the effect you're going for. That's the way it looks on my face, and that is just not the way it looked under the lights in Sephora. So happy to say that I'm really pleased with the way it applies, and that's so true for so many things like eyeshadow. You can't necessarily trust the way an eyeshadow swatches on your arm or your hand versus the way it's going to perform as an eyeshadow. Same can be said for this guy, so really glad it's now in my collection, and I wasn't deterred from using it because of what I saw in Sephora. But if you saw the same thing, you know, you were in store trying it out and you're like, that's a little glittery, it does not look like that on the face, as you can see here. So overall, I have to say I am really impressed with this product, not only due to how it applies, wears throughout the day, which by the way, all day wear, I don't notice this breaking up my makeup. It lasts over top my makeup just the same as, you know, a powder highlight would. And I think that's largely due to the formula of the cream product, which those who have drier skin might find takes a little bit easier to their skin than a powder formula might. At the same time though, if you are combo to oily like me, you won't find that this is overwhelming overwhelming and kind of never completely dries down and is a moving mess all over your face throughout the day. I do think this is going to be flattering for a lot of different skin types. But overall, I have to say, given my experience with this, the way it wears and lasts on the skin throughout the day, pretty happy with it. So if you've been eyeing it and you've been a little deterred because of how glittery it is, I would go for it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this video helped. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye guys.